Hey, what's going on? So this is Mr. Elijah McClain, and 23 years old, lived in Aurora, Colorado, and lost his life going to the store. Went to the store, went home. Someone called the police, said he looked suspicious, and police showed up, and we already know the rest of the story. This young man lost his life. Um, very sad, very sad, unfortunate. Something that didn't have to happen. Um, Now I saw this topic when it first came out, and at the time I really didn't know what to say. I wanted to wait to see what would happen. Um, Now my understanding is that the family did receive a settlement, a few $1 million, which is good for them. But what I haven't seen is that anybody's been found guilty in his death. I believe that there is some kind of litigation going on back and forth, but um, nothing to um, people got arrested and they're charged or whatever, but nothing. I haven't heard anything since. So I figured when I saw this come across again, I was like, well, let me talk about it. Let me give my opinion on it. Um, this is a beautiful young man, and he lost his life for no reason, no reason at all. Um, he did nothing wrong, and those who took his life and those who were involved in taking his life, they should all be found guilty. Why this is taking so long, I have no idea. I have no clue. Um, you know, Police officers have mocked his death. They have been fired for mocking the death, which is rightfully so. They should have been. Like, what's funny about someone not doing anything wrong and you're mocking them? You're a police officer. Again, your job is to protect and serve. If your job is to protect and serve, then what the heck are you thinking mocking someone losing their life? It makes no sense. And they should have been charged with something. I don't think that them losing their job was good enough. I think they should have been charged with something else. You know, and they probably knew the people. It wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they knew the people that are responsible for his death, and that's why they took the picture. That's why they thought it was funny, because maybe the people that took the picture don't think that anything is really going to happen to him. Could that be it? I don't know. Something to look into. I'm not sure. But I will say this, man. You know, this case has been, it's been dragging on for way too long. I get that the court system or the courts are slow to prosecute, but this has been going on for years. This young man died years ago. Um, it wasn't until you know there started to be um, you know protests and things like that to where they even got the settlement. Now that they got the settlement, I'm not hearing anything from anybody really about this young man. Um, so what's going on with Elijah McClain? Like what's going on with the courts? I plan on going to see for myself what's going on. I'm going to look into some stuff and find out what's going on, because it's been way too long. These people we should be in jail. We need to put this in the books and get it past us. Um, this young man lost his life for no apparent reason other than going to the store. He wasn't guilty of anything. Um, from what I can tell, he had a beautiful soul. He played music for uh, sheltered animals and things like that. Just I mean, who does that? A good person does that. And he lost his life for what? Like, what reason is this man not still playing music for animals? There is none. Because he looks suspicious? You know, what is suspicious? Like, what does that mean? When somebody looks out, the person that called and said that he's suspicious, they should be right along with them because I'm sure they watched. Because if he's walking home through a neighborhood, he's not running, he's just walking home, and somebody calls and says, "Oh, this guy looks suspicious." They're watching this guy get arrested, so they watched this guy's murder. They watched it. Okay, I want to know how come that person's not being arrested. He should be right along with them. Like how and how does that person feel? How does that person feel now that they called the police and got somebody killed? Like how does that person feel? Like how do you live with yourself? Like like what the heck is wrong with you? Like what's suspicious? So if you was in the same clothes and you walked outside and somebody called on you, you look suspicious? Like why don't you look suspicious and he looks suspicious? It's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. This is nonsense that these type of things are happening. You know, I, it's just it's it's sickening. And then what bothers me that police every time something happens, when things happen, right, that they can't justify or explain, they want to change the police chiefs. For what? This is more than just a culture. These are the people, these are the men and women that you guys are bringing into your establishment. Like this is the reason why people are yelling for police reform. This is the reason why people don't trust police officers. This is the reason why people say, "Hey, you can't police shouldn't be able to investigate police because they're, you know, if my little brother, if I had to investigate my little brother, he's innocent. It don't matter what he did. He's my little brother." And I'm sure the police officers felt or feel the same thing. They're not going to investigate their own. Not really. I mean, it makes no sense. It's silly. But then they don't want a private. They don't want nobody private coming in there because then they don't have a dog in the fight. They're going to investigate it the way it should be, and then a lot more things are going to start happening. So they don't want that. Isn't it strange that all the things that's been happening, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery. Let's take Ahmaud Arbery for example. I did a video about him, but I didn't say this in there, so I'm going to say it now. Do you realize, because it has to do a little bit with these things that's been going on. Do you realize? All right, now pay attention to this. Do you realize if Ahmaud Arbery, if one of the killers didn't tape his death, all three men would still be at home. There will be no investigation. There will be nothing would have ever happened. George Floyd, if it was not for video, those police officers will still be walking the streets. Elijah, Mr. McClain, if it wasn't for video, right? If it wasn't for video, those police officers, paramedics, will be doing the same thing that they did before. If it wasn't for video being leaked, then protests happening. Somebody's noticing protests happening. People in fair maybe losing their job. Oh, I'm not gonna get the votes. Hey, what's going on? You need to look into this. Oh, we looked into it. Yeah, we did something wrong. If it wasn't for that process, do you know how many times that things would go unanswered? Do you think Black people have been saying, "Hey, this is what's going on. When I get pulled over, this is what happens. Hey, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And hey, we're being we're being treated this way. We're being treated that way." And people are, "Oh no, that doesn't happen." Police officers, why? Well, why would they? Why would they do this? If it wasn't for a video, right now, I wouldn't want to have a job. I mean, I work at a place to where they have cameras, you know, but everything that I do is not recorded. Um, but I'm entrusted to do the right thing because that's my job, right? You would think it'd be the same for police officers, but clearly, even with body cams, you see, um, you see things where police officers are taking off their body cams. They're turning them off. They're doing all kind of things, with them. Um, you know, you have, yeah. It's mind-boggling. But who would have thought the best way to fight against this is to have video? It wasn't fighting fire with fire. You know, I'm gonna get a firearm because they got firearms. No, it was a video. Get a video, and that's the best way. Even though you still have a fight with it, because people say that a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, if a picture is, that means a video is worth millions. But even so, even when you have both, you still have to have protests and things still have to happen before you know things start to take place. And it was the same for Mr. McClain here. And again, this young man lost his life for no reason. And the sad thing about it is, if there wasn't a video, if nobody stood up and spoke up and say, "Hey, we want to know the truth. We want to know what's going on behind the scenes," this man's death would have went unanswered. And I still feel that it's unanswered because he should have already had justice. I get the family got some millions, and that's great, but there still need to be some justice. That's not justice. That's financial, saying, "Oh, hey, here's a supplement. Here, we're supplementing your kid." Oh, no, no, no. We still need justice for this man. Okay, we still need justice for this man. He did nothing wrong. He was walking home. The person that called the police, you, sir, should be ashamed of yourself. You took this man's life, and now you have to deal with that for the rest of your life.